there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up.
there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say it later, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Let's get our soul, and I'ma beat it up.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say it later, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Let's get our soul, and I'ma beat it up.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say it later, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Let's get our soul, and I'ma beat it up.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say it later, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Let's get our soul, and I'ma beat it up. They say this is a big rich town. Oh, I just come from the poorest part. White like city lights, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. I just happen to come apart. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. So fun, if you owe me money, they say this is a big rich town.
Keep watching it, baby. Keep watching it, baby. Keep watching it, baby. Keep on watching it, baby. Keep watching it, keep watching it, keep watching it, keep watching it, keep on watching me, keep on watching, keep on watching, grab it. He had to get the hell out. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. He gonna come over that side no more. Oh, stop the music, man.
Everyone should have a healthy distrust of the media. One of the most dangerous, unspoken things in existence in the world today is a media controlled by a very small group of corporate entities. Every day, we are constantly lied to and constantly told what to think. And most of us never even realize it. It's become a duty and call to action to wake people up to this reality. Before blindly listening to what's hurled at you, everyone has a personal responsibility to at least know what's going on before handing your mind over to the many forms of media indoctrination. In short, wake up.
You were interviewed by Lifetime, did you say that? Yes, I did, for the documentary that aired. And the producers told me that everything that I had to say about Rkelly made him sound like such a nice guy, and that was not, I quote, that was not the angle that the producers were going. It was not the angle that the producers were going. It was not the angle that the producers were going. If you were there telling the truth about who you knew, about the man that you knew and who you worked with on a daily basis, they didn't want to hear that. That's correct? So, yep. And as I tried to reach out to any media, People Magazine, Us Weekly, E-News, Wendy Williams, I tried to reach out to everybody because I was getting so aggravated with everything I heard. It is very difficult to even get someone to, you have to hire a publicist. Yeah, that's what I found out. You have to actually pay money and hire a publicist to get your story heard. It takes a lot of work to even get heard.
BBC, Washington Post, and Lifetime contacted you.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They contacted me. It seemed like they were like, okay. When I finished talking to them, they were like, I didn't have to. I wasn't answering their questions the way they want to hear. The way they want to hear. The way they want to hear. You know, and
You see that?
If it ain't official DanaJay, Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it.
Ooh, the miseducation.
Now I don't. I used to love him. Now I don't. You might win some, but you really lost one. You just lost one. It's so silly. How come when it's all done, did you really gain from what you done? It's so silly. How come you just lost one? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Watch out, watch out. Look out, look out. Watch out, watch out. Look out, look out. Guys, you know you're better. Watch out, yeah. Some girls are only about to do that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. Ba 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 ba, yeah yeah. Ba ba ba, ooh ba ba ba. Come again. Ooh, no matter how I think we've grown, you always seem to let me know it ain't working, it ain't working. And when I try to walk away, you hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy, 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 crazy.
Care for me, I know you care for me, care for me.
Guys, you know you'll
Be there for me, cry for me. You said you died for me, give to me. Why won't you live for me?
Ooh, when it hurts so bad, when it hurts so bad, ooh, when it hurts so bad, when it hurts so bad. Now the joy of my world is in Zion. Tell him be alright, be alright.
You're just too good to be true. Be there for me.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
Children, rain all night long. Didn't it all, didn't it all, oh my Lord. Didn't it rain, didn't it rain, children, rain all night long. Didn't it all, didn't it all, oh my Lord. Didn't it rain?
You can't run from it. You can't deny it. You can't pass it off. It's your call. God knew what he was doing. He knew who he was calling. And he expertly and intricately detailed every aspect of your life, your being, your persona, your psyche, your physicality, everything about you, from the texture of your hair to the color of your eyes to the way that you laugh to the fingerprint on your thumb. Everything is connected to your calling. And until you walk into the fullness of the thing that you were created for, you will find yourself frustrated. You're called.
Let's go. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? That new intro is something special. What's going on? I got the Rkelly update and we got the Rkelly content. Let's keep it real. So let's go ahead and hit this up real quick. Let's go ride this real quick. Yo. We gonna hit this up real quick. The paperwork is in. And we gonna rock it.
Red's not supposed to be green, like faith's not supposed to be seen. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground, and a square's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun, and a 2 is not supposed to be a 1. Said the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton, and forever's not supposed to be done. Winter's not supposed to come in June, and I am not supposed to have the blues. There are so many things that are not supposed to be, babe, except you and me.
How you doing? What's going on?
There are so many things that I'm not supposed to be. Ooh, babe, yeah, except you and me. Night's not supposed to be long. No one is supposed to be alone. Understanding is not supposed to be confused, and the wind is not supposed to like fire's not supposed to freeze, or like joy is not supposed to breathe, like you are not supposed to leave. What I said I'm not supposed to mean. He is not supposed to have your heart. Maybe we are not supposed to be apart. There are so many things that are not supposed to be said, you and me. There are so many things
I need 10,000
that are not supposed to be.
Come on.
It seems just like no seasons changing, or this earth with no creation, or a heart with no feelings, or a sickness without a healing. Just like a frozen spring, or bird with no wings. Just like a song out of key, that's how my life would be. Like the night skies with no stars, only broken heart. No holding hands or walks in the park. That's how we'll be if we want to part. Ooh. There are so many things, yeah, except love. So many things that are not supposed to be. It's like having nowhere to breathe, like having no words to breathe, like having no rain for the sea. There are so many things that's not supposed to be, not supposed to be, except you and me, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Except you and me.
All right, check it out. What y'all doing, man? How y'all living out there? I gotta test these volumes. Yo, check. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Shout out everybody over there on YouTube, everybody that's on Rumble. Shout out to everybody that's over on Facebook. Golly, I got them all jumping right now. Shout out to everybody on the newest live attraction. I'm over on TikTok, TikTok. Yo, I'm streaming all at one time. When I tell you I was going to do it, courtesy of the Dream Team. This is what happens when your donations come in. Your donations come in, and guess what? When they come in, I put them right back into the programs. I put them right back into where they need to be. So when people be like, oh no, Dana put them in his pocket. What I do is I upgrade my devices. I upgrade everything I need to upgrade. And I just keep it the way it is. Because when you do that, everything pays for itself. That's why when I tell y'all, like, yo, sometimes I need like 10 people to send $20, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's to go back into the programs and all the stuff that I'm getting. Like, look, I'm shooting in 4K. Everybody computer screen can't handle that. Some people get on here and you can see the dirt in their teeth and they don't have them to talk about. No, man. We're gonna talk about Rkelly today. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much over on TikTok. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. But I'm like, oh, them hearts are jumping. Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me the hearts. That's what I'm talking about. Tell all your friends. Oh my God. Keep them hearts going. Thank y'all so much. Look, 80% of my goal on TikTok is done already. 80% of my goal on TikTok is done already. So I appreciate the fans and the friends on TikTok. We're gonna do this Rkelly thing right. We're gonna do it right for real. This time around, we ain't going to the shenanigans. We ain't. We in 2024. Some of y'all still in 2023, but I'm already in 2024. I am not carrying the bullshucks that I carried from 2019 to 2023. I refuse to do it. And the reason why I refuse to do it is because it didn't get us nowhere. Yeah, we had a lot of laughs. We had a lot of jokes. Yeah, people doxed us and we doxed them back. But that's all it got me is to soon put away for bail money. Because what I'm about to do is premeditated. It's already there. So, like I said, I created this Rkelly sector, and I appreciate everybody that stuck around that's positive. All the negative people, I wish they go. We don't need them around. Only ones we need around that's negative are the ones that believe he's guilty, because we want to continue beating up on them. We want to continue beating up on them. DeJuan, hey, what's going on? DeJuan in the building. So today, Jennifer Bonjean, with her luxurious self, she dropped a 26-page complaint. And then she gave you a 1-page hitting. Shit. Then she did something for the supporters. She went and made the complaint free. She went and made the complaint free. Shout out to Jennifer Bonjean. She holding it down for real. So let's jump into this paperwork, and then let's break down this paperwork. And then if y'all want to come up on a panel, because you can't call me today because I'm live on TikTok. So once I get my 10,000 followers on TikTok, I'm going live from the computer. That's all I want to do is go live from the computer on TikTok, baby. Then it's going to be shuffling on. We're going to Rkelly this thing. Once I'm able to go live from the desktop on TikTok, oh, it's going to be on. It's going to be on. Mars, what's up? So I'm going to say it like this, man. We jumping into this paperwork. I played the song. First things first is the paperwork. And then we take everything from there. So first things first is the paperwork, right? So it says, for immediate release, Jennifer Bonjean, Jennifer at bonjeanlaw.com, Ashley Cohen at Ashley at bonjeanlaw.com, office number there. It's a Bonjean Law Group, PLLC. Grammy Award-winning artist Robert Kelly files lawsuit against the United States of America, Bureau of Prison Officers, and Tasha K. And Tasha K. for invasion of privacy and violations of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. So today, which is my son's birthday. Shout out to you, Christian Daddy. Love you. You know how we get down. I'm going live for you later on. So, Chicago, today, November the 13th, 2023, the Bonjing Law Group filed a complaint on behalf of Robert Sylvester Kelly, Rkelly, in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois against the United States of America and its employees, unknown BOP officers under the Federal Tort Claims Act. Wait. Watch this. Didn't me and Roe come and tell y'all about the Tort Claim Act 4 years ago? And didn't Greenberg say that can't be done? Here it go right here. Here it go right here. It just goes to show that if Greenberg would have listened to me 4 years ago, we wouldn't be here right now. If Greenberg would have listened to Roe 4 years ago, we wouldn't be here right now. But now we're here. So guess what? Everything I said 4 years ago, here it go. Here it go. Here it go. So now, I'm now at the point where I'm going to stop bringing content like that because now I know that I'm light years ahead of people. But it clearly says, against its employees, unknown BOP officers under the Federal Tort Claims Act and the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Said that too. The complaint alleges that certain BOP officers conspired with each other and a YouTube blogger by the name as Latasha Kebe, also known as Tasha K, to access and steal private and confidential information from BOP databases related to Mr. Kelly, including email communications, recorded phone calls. Hold on. Including recorded phone calls, trust account information, visitor logs, and attorney-client communications. The information was protected and personal related to Mr. Kelly's private affairs. It was disseminated to third parties and the general public, not only for the pecuniary gain, but for the purpose of interfering with Mr. Kelly's defense to pending criminal charges and to harass and harm him. Mr. Kelly must now bring this lawsuit to get answers and justice because despite opening an investigation into the serious misconduct, the DOJ untimely declined to indict the wrongdoers and allow the misconduct to continue. So you know what that means? Not only do this fall on just Tasha K, now we going to get some justice because the savages, y'all see where this going? Don't go quiet now, Larry. That block, we spinning that baby. And trust me, just like Larry used to have R. Kelly on the screen in jail, I'm going to have Larry on the screen in jail. Watch. Well, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show him how I feel. Diva, all of them, don't go nowhere. All of y'all spreaded that rumor that R. Kelly got 100 devices. He raping girls. He got little girls in the basement when there was never a basement there. All of y'all helped spread the propaganda. So now that y'all help spread the propaganda, don't run now. Because now it's time for y'all to face the propaganda that y'all spread. Now, watch this. Dana said it first. Everybody's going to say they got the information from the Clarys and from the Savages. When we all heard them say they do their own research and they see it now. Oh no, I got everybody name. Tears, what's that girl up in New York? What's her name? 100 Devices. All of them over there. Oh yeah. It's time to spin that block now, baby. And everybody thought Dana was crazy. Dana stood there and said he innocent. Dana crazy. I even had people tell me that they didn't like me because R. Kelly got locked up and I didn't get locked up, and they seen us together. I'm just saying, if you seen me and Rob together and they only got robbed, that should tell you something wrong. That should throw red flags up. That should tell you that they ain't getting him for what they telling y'all they getting him for. They come out and say, this was about Robert paying off the judge in 2001. Well, he was acquitted of that. So now that he was acquitted of that, how did he pay off the judge? And since he was acquitted of that, that was the basis of what y'all was holding him on. That's why y'all slapped him with the RICO. But then y'all went to the outside world. And y'all went and told people he had underage girls in the basement. Tasha K, didn't you do that? He was making them piss in buckets. You had to knock on a wall before you can go to the bathroom. But hold on. Tasha K, you ain't telling nobody this side of your story.
There ain't no way that R. Kelly could run a tour all around the country and manage to keep all these girls hostage in 3 different homes in 2 different states. And they all have cell phones, and there's a front fucking door for them to walk out of, which means it didn't fit what the parents were saying. These girls got all the access they want. They can call their parents. They can walk out of the door. When I saw her, I was like, damn, that bitch looks good. I was like, she's gorgeous. Her makeup is beat. She had a professional makeup artist. That lace front was done well. Looked like she wasn't starving a day in her damn life. And she looked like she wasn't bloated either, so that means she was using the bathroom. So it must not be too fucking bad. Think about it. If you are allegedly holding these young girls against their will and making them go to the bathroom when you say go to the bathroom, but when I saw the pretty bitch that whose parents gave her to R. Kelly, because they gave that little bitch to R. Kelly, and now they want her back because they're not reaping any of the benefits that she's getting, like those lace fronts and handbags, and being able to sit front row to see R. Kelly and meet who R. Kelly knows in the industry. So that's what the fuck is going on. Now, there ain't no damn way R. Kelly has time to manage 3 different homes in 2 different states, and all of these girls got their own rooms, because there ain't no physical or possible way he can fly from home to home from all the girls every single day and spend enough time with them on the phone or in person, because he has to travel and tour way too much. It's too much to manage. And when you brainwash somebody, you have to spend all of your precious time with them. It ain't no once every 2 weeks I'm gonna fly in to see this bitch who's living at my house and eating my food, and she occasionally has to ask me who she's calling, because I don't want just anybody knowing what the hell is going on in my house that I'm paying for your little fast ass to fucking live in. Because that's exactly what they are. Fast ass little girls who came from the hood, who came from poor parents, and it's just like a parent who has a basketball star kid, and the kid is being offered all of these incentives just to play basketball. That's exactly what the fuck is happening with these young girls. They are getting
So, hold on. So, I'm lost. Tasha K, were you lying then or are you lying now? I'm just trying to figure out. Because Bon Jean's spinning that goddamn block. Oh, you thought it was over? Bon Jean's spinning that block. It's more from where that came from, Miss Keeby. It's more from where that came from. and we're going to get down with it. United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. Robert S. Kelly is the plaintiff versus the United States of America, unknown BOP Officer A, unknown John and Jane Doe, BOP officers, Latasha Keeby, also known as Tasha K. Okay, here's a complaint. Plaintiff Robert S. Kelly, by his undersigned attorney, for his complaint against the United States of America, unknown BOP Officer A, defendant BOP Officer A, unknown John and Jane Doe BOP officers, collectively BOP defendants, and Latasha Keeby, aka Tasha K. Introduction. Plaintiff sues the United States of America, unknown BOP officer, also known as Officer A, unknown John and Jane Doe BOP officers, and Latasha Keeby for negligence, invasion of privacy, conversion. Conversion. We ain't talk about that because I ain't want to take y'all too deep. Conversion. Tasha K, you going to jail. Civil conspiracy. International infliction of emotional distress and willfully and wanton conduct brought under the Federal Tort Claims Act, FTCA. Plaintiff also brings suit against the defendant, BOP Officer A, for violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFAA. Plaintiff is a high-profile prisoner of the Bureau of Prisons, BOP. He is a Grammy Award-winning recording artist and a nationally recognized celebrity. As with all prisoners, but particularly because the plaintiff's status, the United States of America, through the BOP, had a duty to protect plaintiff and his private and sensitive information to ensure that its employees did not exploit plaintiff for financial gain or for any other reason. Number 3, the defendant, United States of America, breached its duty of care to the plaintiff when it allowed countless BOP officers to access plaintiff's confidential information without any legal basis to do so. The defendant, United States of America, knew that defendant BOP Officer A and other defendant John and Jane Doe BOP officers routinely accessed plaintiff's private information from its systems and divulged private information to third party for monetary gain, clout, or simple harassment. Stop. Divulge means disseminate, pretty much. Okay? But conversion. Let's look at the word conversion. Let's look up conversion. Let's see. Hold on. Black law meaning. Okay. Conversion. Black law dictionary meaning. Conversion is a legal term that refers to taking another person's property without any cause or permission. It is an unlawful action. Conversion is defined as an unauthorized assumption and exercise of the right of ownership over goods or personal chattels belonging to another, to the alteration of their condition or the exclusion of the owner's rights. Oh. So you know what that means. And Donnelly in trouble. Because she went forth with trying to take Robert Sylvester Kelly's property. So basically, she converged his property. Oh. 3. The defendant, United States of America, breaches duty of care. Okay, I read that. 4. Because of the United States of America's breach At least 60 BOP officers made unauthorized access to plaintiff sensitive, confidential, and private information maintained by the BOP on its electronic system known as TrueView. Some of those BOP officers either shared and or sold that information to third parties, including members of the media and witnesses in plaintiff's criminal prosecution. I'm going to read that again. Some of the BOP officers either shared and or sold that information to third parties, including members of the media and witnesses in plaintiff's criminal prosecution. So I'm going to ask you this question. If you can't get a fair shake anywhere else, how are you going to be found innocent when everybody is sharing all of your stuff that's going on that's supposed to be private? I don't care. And Donnelly need to go, the DAs need to go, and the AUSAs need to go. Because what AUSA is going to entice, coerce, and force a person that don't want to testify into testifying, and then wait a minute, and then dangling a $12 million bag over their head? I told y'all was going to see this again. I told you y'all was going to see this again. You even had jurors talking about, oh, we know he's guilty, but we just on trial and we can be impartial. How can you be impartial when you already saying you know he's guilty? Then they talking about, oh, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and you innocent until proven guilty. So why do you got to get locked up and go wait in jail if you're innocent until proven guilty? Third thing, I'm going to take it down. This might be too much for some people. But how can the United States of America bring charges and that's a corporation? Have you ever seen the United States of America before? So I'm trying to figure out, how can the United States bring charges when you never even seen the United States? I've never seen a man or a woman named United States of America. And for that reason, that's why I get thrown out of courts, because I bring real stuff up. In order to bring a lawsuit against somebody, there got to be a victim. When have anybody made the United States a victim? And I keep breaking this down to you, and people be like, oh my God, Dana, it's too deep. The only way you make the United States of America, the corporation, a victim is when somebody who haven't claimed their birthright run to the court and say you victimized them. That's when it goes all the way back to when you had your offspring. And when you didn't reclaim your birthright, guess what happened? Your offspring became a child. The father became an obligor and the mother became an obligee. At the same time, you became parents. That means y'all pay to rent your offspring because it's no longer yours. Lord knows let's not go to child support, but we ain't going that way, because if you want to go that way, I'll take you there. Things that make you go, Defendant unknown BOP Officer A accessed plaintiff's private BOP records, TrueView records, including email communication, visitors lists, inmate trust account information, and recorded phone calls with third parties and plaintiff's attorneys without authority to do so. The information was private and concerned personal matters. It was not public information. After unlawfully assessing and foregoing protected information, Defendant BOP Officer A unlawfully downloaded the information and sold said information to Defendant Kibi, a popular YouTube blogger with over 1 million subscribers, who published the private information publicly without identifying how she received it. Uh-oh. I ain't look at it yet, Quita, but I'm going to look at it in a few minutes. Defendant Kibi rallied her massive following to harass the plaintiff with the use of the stolen information and created chaos in plaintiff's personal life, even using the information to influence witnesses in plaintiff's Eastern District of New York criminal prosecution. On information and belief, the stolen information was shared with and used by prosecutors from United States Attorney's Office as a tool to influence witnesses against plaintiff. The sale of the information yielded profits that neither Defendant BOP Officer A nor Defendant Kibi were entitled to, and which belong to the plaintiff, if anyone. Number 7, the Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General, investigation initiated a secret investigation into the authorized access of plaintiff's sensitive information. The department did not inform plaintiff of the investigation and never has. Plaintiff later learned that the investigation resulted in the issuance of a search warrant for a BOP computer used by Defendant BOP Officer A and forensic analysis of the computer. According to an affidavit of Special Agent Matt Lose of the Department of Justice later obtained by plaintiff's attorney, probable cause existed to believe that Defendant BOP Officer A committed a criminal violation of 18 U.S.C. 1030A2B, that is, unauthorized access of a computer to obtain information from the Federal Bureau of Prisons. No charges were brought against Defendant BOP Officer A, though. And the government has refused to reveal any details about the investigation, including the identity of Officer A. In short, there has been a cover-up of the rampant BOP misconduct that is ongoing. 9, even after this so-called investigation, unlawful access of plaintiff's TrueView records continued, even after being put on notice of repeated violations of the CFAA by BOP employees. The United States failed to protect plaintiff and breached its duty to protect his private and sensitive information. For example, Defendant unknown John or Jane Doe, BOP officer, made an unauthorized access to plaintiff TrueView records and obtained information about plaintiff trust account funds in August of 2022. That unknown defendant BOP officer divulged the information to a journalist for the Washington Post who published the personal information. The publication not only placed plaintiff in a false light, but it also falsely suggested that he was concealing his resources, aka the monies were actually generous gifts from his loyal fan base, but resulted in the DOJ confiscating nearly all of the plaintiff monies held in his prison trust account, over $25,000 or $25,000 certified greenbacks or debt notes. Plaintiff was forced to pay for legal services to litigate the unjustified taking of the money, an issue that is now pending before the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. Oh, Jesus. Rob got a lot of appeals going on. Okay, let's get him. Plaintiff maintains that the DOJ had no authority to confiscate those funds, which would have not occurred if any event, which would not have occurred in any event if the information was not leaked to the public by a defendant unknown John or Jane Doe BOP officer. You know what I'm saying? 11. Defendant BOP officers committed the torts of invasion of privacy, conversion, civil conspiracy, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and willfully and wanton misconduct. The defendant BOP officers, including defendant BOP Officer A, also committed violations of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFAA. Plaintiffs suffered a multitude of loss and damages as a result of the defendant United States of America's negligence and the torts committed by defendant BOP Officer A and other unknown John and Jane Doe BOP officers, including but not limited to legal fees and emotional and psychological distress. Separately, losses in excess of $5,000 occurred as a result of the CFAA violation committed by defendant BOP Officer A. The misconduct resulted in an internal investigation by the BOP, an investigation by the DOJ/OIG, and both the seizure and examination of a BOP computer hard drive. Jurisdiction and venue. Now we're going to get into some real stuff. This court has subject matter jurisdiction over this matter, pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1331, and that this action arises under the laws of the United States of America and is premised on the acts and omission of the defendants acting under color of federal law. This court further has subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 1030G, which permits an individual who suffers damage by reason of a violation of the CFAA to bring a private cause action. The action is timely filed, where it is brought within 2 years of the discovery of the damage. The court further has subject matter jurisdiction over this matter pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1346B, where plaintiff sues the defendant, the United States of America, for money damages for injury caused by the negligent and wrongful acts and employees of the government while acting within the course and scope of their office or employment, under the circumstances where the defendant is a private person. Under the circumstances where the defendant is a private person. Would be liable to the plaintiff. Bonjean, you didn't go there. People gonna go crazy. They gonna say you're Bonjean, they gonna say rob a sovereign citizen. Cause they don't know the terminology, Bonjean. You done scared them people. They gonna say you're a sovereign citizen now. When you wake up and you know better, you do better. So everybody that's talking about they citizens, I want to know where you're a citizen of. When did you swear in to be a citizen? I want to know. Because you see it in the paperwork. Under the circumstances where the defendant is a private person, would be liable to the plaintiff. I'm telling you. Hey, Ro, I see you on TikTok, Ro. I see you. Ro, you said it. I said it. Jurisdiction founded under federal law is proper in that this action is premised on federal causes of action under the Federal Tort Claims Act, FTCA, pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 2671, 18. Pursuant to FTCA, Plaintiff filed a notice of claim on November the 14th, 2022, and served his claim to the appropriate federal agency for administrative settlement under the FTCA, requesting $1 million or more. $1 million or more. By a letter dated June the 15th, 2023, plaintiff's claim was denied in writing by the North Central Regional Office of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and such denial was sent by certified mail to the plaintiff's counsel, claim TRT, NCRA 2023 02361. Dream Team, we got some work to do. And when I finish reading this, it's time for us to lace them back up. We need to take our attention off of the distractions. We need to really put the thing in a thing to the federal government. I tell you what I'm talking about. This action is timely pursuant to 28 USC 2401B, and that it was presented to appropriate federal agency within 2 years of accrual, and this action was filed within 6 months of the receipt of the certified letter sent by the federal agency denying the claim. This court also enjoys supplemental jurisdiction if necessary under 28 USC 1367 in connection with claims against defendant Kebe, who, if not acting as a contractor, oh my God, Bon G, you can't use them words. They're going to say you a sovereign citizen. You heard the former military girl? They sovereign citizens. They don't do this. They don't do this. Really? That's a slap in our face. American nationals don't believe in sovereign citizens. We hate sovereign citizens. Because you can't be sovereign and a citizen. I keep saying that. Acting as a contractor for the federal government is liable for claims that are so related to the claims and the action within such original jurisdiction that they form part of the same case or controversy. What do you need to have a court case? Controversy. If everybody is content, they're going to throw the case out. Or they're going to rule on the last presented argument. Because nobody is presenting an argument and there's no controversy in the court. 22. Venue is proper in this district pursuant to 28 USC 1391B and 1391C, as defendants do business in this judicial district, and a substantial part of the events giving rise to the claim occurred in this judicial district. Parties. Now we're going to get into the parties. Come on. 23. Plaintiff Robert Sylvester Kelly is a 56-year-old Chicago native. He is indisputably the king of R&B. He is currently an inmate incarcerated in the Butner Federal Correctional Center in Butner, North Carolina. At times relevant to this complaint, plaintiff was an inmate at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago, Illinois. 24. Defendant, United States of America, is subject to suit for injury caused by the negligent and wrongful acts and omission of employees of the government while acting within the course and scope of their office and employment under the circumstances where the defendant, if a private person, under the circumstances where the defendant, if a what? Private person, would be liable to the plaintiff pursuant to the FTCA. What up, Justin? At all times, material to this action, unknown BOP officer known as Officer A was a federal BOP disciplinary hearing officer and law enforcement official employed by the BOP with access to the BOP's TrueView system. Although plaintiff does not know the true identity of Officer A, the BOP does. She is the officer identified in the search warrant application and an affidavit of Agent Matt Lokes. And Matt Lokes know exactly who she is. That was provided to a plaintiff by the U.S. Attorney's Office in June 2022 during plaintiff's prosecution in the Northern District of Illinois. At all times, material to this action, unknown John and Jane Doe BOP officers were BOP officers assigned to the Chicago MCC and perhaps other BOP institutions. With access to the BOP's TrueView system, although plaintiff does not know the identities of the 60 different BOP officers who made unauthorized access to his confidential information, the BOP does. Plaintiff sues each and every BOP officer who accessed his confidential information without authority and whose identifiers are available from the BOP. At all times, material to this action, Latasha Keeby is a resident of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Hold on. She is now a resident in Jacksonville, Florida. Keeby is a popular YouTube host with a YouTube channel called Unwind with Tasha K. She broadcasts content to 1.3 million subscribers across the country, including in Chicago, Illinois, which Tasha K have went and interviewed multiple people in Rob's family and people that has turned on Rob, like with the likes of Don Russell, as I told y'all was going to happen from day one. Facts. Plaintiff was arrested in the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, NDIL, on July 11th, 2019, in connection with a 13-count indictment, United States versus Kelly, 19 CR 567. Shortly thereafter, plaintiff was separately indicted in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New York, EDNY, in connection with RICO charges brought under case number 19 CR 286. After his arrest, plaintiff was detained in the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago, better known as the MCC, for nearly 2 years until he was transferred to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, MDC, to face trial in the EDNY case in and around June 21st, 2021. During this period of time, plaintiff was a pretrial detainee. While detained in the MCC in and around January 2020, plaintiff's longtime girlfriend, Jane Doe, better known as who? Can somebody tell me who the long-term girlfriend Jane Doe was in New York? There you go, EJ. Thank you so much. I wasn't going to say it. I was going to see if he was going to post it. Began behaving in a hostile and accusatory fashion toward the plaintiff without explanation. Jane Doe was furious with plaintiff and unexpectedly began causing stress and conflict in the relationship. These arguments related to money issues, romantic issues, and other highly personal issues. Boy, do I know what that feels like. Plaintiff later learned that in and around that time, Jane Doe abruptly began cooperating with the government, which led to her becoming the government's star witness against him in the EDNY prosecution. In and around that time, defendant Keeby, a popular YouTube blogger, began publishing information to her 1.1 million subscribers and other viewers, private information about the plaintiff to which she should not have had access. Hold on. Defendant Kibi did not reveal how she received said confidential information. Just by way of example, on November the 7th, 2019, defendant Kibi posted a video on YouTube titled "Rkelly Can't Control His Girlfriends While Behind Bars." Kibi told her viewers that the information came from a phone tap somewhere. Hold on. A phone tap. How would she know that? Kibi disclosed information that appeared to come from plaintiff's prison calls with Jane Doe and his girlfriend, Joycelyn Savage, JS. Kibi appeared to disclose private and personal information about plaintiff's romantic relationships. Defendant Kibi proceeded to divulge to her YouTube viewers the contents of plaintiff's prison phone calls with his girlfriend and others, email communications about his private life, and legal issues with numerous people, visitor logs, and trust account information on numerous other occasions. Again, without disclosing from where she received the information or how she received the information. Hold on. Ms. Bonjean also left out that she gave the said information to both sets of parents and to the friend of both sets of parents. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. So in this instant, hold on, but I'll wait to the end. Hold on. Plaintiff was incarcerated and had no ability to watch Kibi's YouTube channel or learn the specific information that was being said by defendant Kibi. At one point, plaintiff visited with Jane Doe and was shocked and confused when Jane Doe accused him of making certain statements concerning his personal life that were only shared with plaintiff's lawyer at the time. Wow. Jane Doe refused to divulge how she received the information, but claimed that she was privy to plaintiff's conversations with his attorneys. Now, let's stop there for a second. Hey, how you doing? Just for me, how you doing? Let's stop there for a second. Let's see. She could have got that information three different ways. One, Tasha K could have gave the information to our dad, and our dad could have gave it to her. But at that time, she wasn't really talking to her dad. Or she could have got the information from the dad's ex-friend, since his claim to fame was she was there for a week. He cut on Surviving Rkelly on all the TVs and put it on rerun and printed out a bunch of paperwork and told her what was said by BOP Officer A. Last but not least, Greenberg could have told her, because Greenberg was trying to get her under contract for an acting position. Now, I'm not saying which one, because I'm not 100% confident on which one it was. But I'll let it be sitting there and you decide which one it was. I think it was all three. That's my personal belief. So, thank y'all for the likes, man. Continue to hit that screen, man, over on TikTok. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for the roses. Plaintiff had no idea how certain private information was making its way into the public domain, In early 2020, the BOP went on a complete lockdown as a result of the pandemic for a year. Attorney visits were conducted entirely by phone call, and eventually Zoom visits and face-to-face visits did not resume until late 2022. It is unclear how many of plaintiff's attorney-client communications were shared with third parties by defendant BOP Officer A, or why those communications were being recorded at all. Okay. In June 2021, plaintiff was transferred to the MDC in Brooklyn, New York, to stand trial in his RICO prosecution. His federal RICO trial commenced on August the 9th, 2021. A jury returned a verdict against him on September the 27th, 2021. Plaintiff's current counsel filed an appearance in the EDNY case in October 2021 for the purpose of handling post-trial motions and the eventual appeal. Her role expanded after plaintiff's original trial lawyers withdrew from the EDNY case by January 2022. Undersigned counsel filed an appearance in the Northern District case on February 18, 2022, and with her legal team began preparing for plaintiff's Northern District trial scheduled to commence in August. After counsel's legal team received information about the unauthorized and illegal taking, selling of plaintiff's private information, counsel sought discovery from the government. On June 14, 2022, attorneys for the government produced to plaintiff's counsel an application and affidavit for a search warrant under the case caption "in the matter of the search of the HP desktop computer bearing serial number 2U A alpha 8480 J Jack G girl 51506. The materials did not include plaintiff's name or any BOP officer name. Neither plaintiff nor his counsel had access to the anonymously filed search warrant application and affidavit until it was produced by the government on June 14, 2022. The government refused to provide any additional information despite plaintiff's requests. According to the materials produced by June 2022, Special Agent of the Department of Justice of the Inspector General Matt Los executed an affidavit in support of a search warrant for a computer located in the Northern District of Illinois related to a violation of 18 U.S.C. 1030 A2B. That is unauthorized access of a computer by obtaining information from the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Agent Los averred that the OIG received information from the BOP that unknown Officer A was suspected of accessing sensitive law enforcement information maintained on the BOP's electronic systems and providing that sensitive information to an individual who then released the information on social media platforms. Specifically, the warden of the MCC in Chicago reported an allegation of staff misconduct to the BOP Office of Internal Affairs when MCC staff became aware of the unknown BOP officers, including defendant BOP Officer A, had stolen Rkelly's sensitive information from the BOP's electronic system, known as the TrueView system, without authority to do so. The BOP's TrueView system is an application that contains information on inmates, including inmate emails, inmate telephone calls, inmate visitation lists, and inmate funds. The TrueView system contains information from various other applications and systems existing on BOP's network infrastructure. The information available on TrueView includes information from BOP application TruePhone, the inmate telephone system, which houses recording of inmate telephone calls. Agent Loke's investigation showed that unknown BOP Officer A had not only made unauthorized access to plaintiff's TrueViews records, but stole information from the records, downloaded information, and then divulged that information to YouTube blogger defendant Tasha K. Defendant Tasha K then revealed that stolen and sensitive information to the general public and to specific third parties, including Jane Doe. On information and belief, defendant Kebe and other unknown individuals bought the information from defendant unknown BOP officer A. The information constituted inter alia private conversations between plaintiff and John Doe and his girlfriend JS. The communications related to personal and private relationship matters, financial issues, and even attorney-client matters. Although plaintiff did not know at the time how Jane Doe obtained the information, when plaintiff had the opportunity to learn of the contents of Agent Loke's affidavit, he deduced that the information had been stolen by the unknown defendant BOP officer, sold to defendant Kebe, and then exploited for profit when defendant Tasha K divulged it. When defendant Tasha K divulged it, the public and to other third parties, including Jane Doe. Defendant Tasha K recently admitted on one of her broadcasts that she did obtain the information from defendant BOP Officer A, and not only disseminated the information publicly, but provided additional information to Jane Doe and others. So as long as the and others in there, Larry McGee can't go nowhere. Tim Savage can't go nowhere. John Julian Savage can't go nowhere. Angelo Clary cannot go nowhere. Alice Clary cannot go nowhere. It's time to bring everybody in. And everybody tell what they know. That's all. Including Jane Doe's family members, for the purpose of interfering with plaintiff's criminal prosecutions. Well, Larry did tell Adam's wife that he had a cousin that he was fighting for that was a victim. I'm still messed up about that. The release of this private information on the internet created a feeding frenzy about plaintiff's personal life, his relationship with Jane Doe and JS, and resulted in the termination of certain important relationships that plaintiff enjoyed with other individuals. Wow. The unauthorized release of the information led to a physical fight between Jane Doe and JS that made national news. The theft of thousands of dollars and chaos and discord in plaintiff's life. Stop for a second. Stop for a second. If you don't think that people that don't know what's going on can jump into your business and cause hell, you crazy. This YouTube world ain't nothing to be played with, because the same people that will dox you will turn around and try to file charges when you dox them. The same people that crack slick and tough on the internet. I blow you down. I'm Vice Lord. Will turn around and go to the feds and try to erase what's in the paperwork just to put you in it. I'm trying to tell you. They come after your kids and your family, and when you respond and go after theirs, they'll take it a step further and get your kids' mom's Cash App and Facebook channel, and then start sending disturbing messages and harassing, and then sending females to obtain phone numbers just so they can lie and disseminate to the world what's going on when they not even on YouTube, when they not even covering YouTube. But when you do the same thing to them, oh, you're a bad person. Oh, you're a criminal. Oh, we got to try to get you evicted. Maybe that'll slow you down. But then when you pop up in person, everybody want to be friendly. And when you swing, they're going to call the police. So in other words, it's damn if you do and damn if you don't. And what up, Isaiah? So basically, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I'll be damned if I don't defend mine. I don't care how many years I've been away from mine. I celebrate mine every year. And I don't let nobody talk crazy about his mother. I stand on business. So 51, furthermore, because information about plaintiffs' visiting lists and trust fund balances became public news, plaintiff was no longer able to enjoy certain important and supportive relationships with people. Defendant Tasha K released the names of certain individuals who supported R. Kelly, publicly shamed those people, calling them enablers, and interfered with those relationships. Larry did too. Let's not forget Larry, because Larry called the bus driver. Larry called other victims, supposed to be victims. Larry called other friends. Let's not forget the most important part. Larry got people to lie on R. Kelly, just so public opinion can turn against R. Kelly. Now, I know I got some friends that I'm cool with that don't like when I talk like this, because they believe public opinion. They believe they believe the Chicago-based lie that R. Kelly was fondling little girls. Well, if you would have went to court, those little girls clearly couldn't tell you a factual story. They didn't know how old they was. So wait a minute. If you was violated, you know when you were violated. You know the age. Some can still tell you the time, the date, and the place. They couldn't tell you nothing. So are we going to sit back and play like R. Kelly is this monster? Or is we going to sit back and do the damn thing and support the one person that always supported everybody? Now, whether he supported you in public or in private, you got some sort of support. If he shouted your city out, that's support. I know he did a whole lot for Chicago, and for Chicago to turn on him and do what they did is crazy. And I don't care what nobody say. There's pockets of people in Chicago that loves Robert Sylvester Kelly, but Chicago as a whole do not give a damn about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Now, if that's going to anger you, then guess what? You are one of the ones that don't give a damn about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Let's go there. Because see, what y'all not going to do is play this game. Like, oh, we from Chicago and we didn't. Listen, I'm not trying to hear Chicago is different. not trying to hear, oh, people in Chicago don't march, they don't rally. I heard that long enough. You're a lie. Because when George Floyd came through that motherfucker, and excuse my language, but when George Floyd had his rally through there, all of Chicago went there to be a part of George Floyd. And George Floyd don't give a damn about Chicago unless you got some good dope. Let's call a spade a spade. If you ain't had no good dope, George Floyd wasn't worried about Chicago. Oh, I'm sorry. Or if he wasn't shooting for Evasive Angels, which is a porn company. Y'all don't want to talk truth. Y'all don't want to talk truth. Y'all don't want to talk truth. But when people like me speak about what's going on, we are the bad people. Y'all want to shun us because we ain't going with public opinion. Where's Tyrannosaurus Rex Burke at now? And I'm sorry, my son turned 18 today. Was I there for his whole youth? No. And that's my personal business of why. But I be damned if my son get jammed up, I'm going to sit there and say, oh, I wasn't there, so I can't. No. I'm going to support my son all the way through. Plaintiff was no longer able to enjoy certain important and supportive relationships with people. Defendant Kebe released the names of certain individuals who supported plaintiff, publicly shamed those people, calling them enablers, and interfered with those relationships. Understandably, plaintiff's associates did not wish to be harassed or have their employment put in jeopardy because of the illegal conduct of defendants BOP Officer A and Tasha K. Plaintiff suffered significant emotional distress as a result of the release of this information and further worried about what other private information was in the hands of third parties. Both before and even after plaintiff learned about Agent Loke's affidavit, plaintiff spent sleepless nights distressed and confused how his private conversations had been leaked to the public and who was responsible for it. Importantly, plaintiff suffered emotional distress because he did not feel at liberty to freely speak with his attorneys. Plaintiff learned that his attorney-client communications were not only recorded, but information from those calls were released to Jane Doe and presumably others. Plaintiff did not and still does not know the extent to which his private information has been divulged publicly. Stopped. Let me ask you a question. And this is to TikTok, Facebook, and everybody else. Hey, Joey, why was the information given to Jane Doe? That's the question. Why was it given to Jane Doe? And when you can answer that why, then you know why the savages are not important. In this aspect, Angela said to mess up the case. That's part of it. But if you remember, they couldn't crack her at first. And if she would have got on that stand and said anything other than what the federal government wanted her to say, that would have messed that whole case up. They would have had to let Robert walk because, wait, everything that one of the Mayweather sisters has said went against or would have went against what the AKA victim is saying. Y'all remember I told y'all you only need one. You only need one. And if you get one supposed victim to say, nah, this ain't right, the whole case is done. That's why $20 million seemed good to Roshana Lanford. But when she realized she wasn't getting 20 million, where's Roshana Lanford now? Now she's threatening to sue everybody. Now the other one, Tracy Sampson, talking about telling on everybody what happened. And when she made that statement publicly, have you seen Tracy Sampson anymore? Have you heard of a Tracy Sampson anymore? These are questions that I'm saying. I came out and told you. I ain't see none of that when I was around Guy. When I was around Rob, I ain't see none of that. None of it. But guess what? Because I publicly came out and said that everybody and was lying, you knew they wasn't going to call me to go to the stand. I would have shut every last one of them down. You know that. Which pisses me off even more. Because if you are in Rob's best interest, why don't you even out the score that the government put out there? If the government brought 50, you bring 51. I ain't trying to hear Rob told me just to get 5 people. That's a goddamn lie. I ain't trying to hear, oh, that's the only people that we can find. I got everybody's number. Let's make this make sense. So Agent Loke's investigation revealed that from the period of July the 15th, 2019 through January the 8th, 2020, 60 different BOP officers had accessed plaintiff's TrueView records, including defendant unknown BOP Officer A. Indeed, defendant unknown BOP Officer A engaged in unauthorized access to plaintiff's TrueView records a whopping 153 times. So hold on. If one person accessed Rob records 153 times, just imagine how many times his records was accessed by the 60 different others. To this day, plaintiff still does not know the extent of his damages, injuries, and loss, as the government has refused to disclose to the plaintiff information about what the investigation revealed and the precise nature of the stolen information. Agent Loke's investigation showed that private and sensitive information from plaintiff TrueView records became part of defendant Tasha K content in her Instagram post. So not only did Tasha K destroy everybody on Facebook, on YouTube, she done took it to Instagram. On January 12, 2020, and videos on November the 7th, 2019, November the 8th, 2019, and December the 22nd, 2019. The information included private information about plaintiff's literacy, his medical issues, private information about his romantic relationships. At no point did defendant Tasha K reveal the identity of the person who provided her with the information. Stop. So now it makes sense. So because Tasha K put that lie out there saying he had herpes, that made everybody jump on board with the herpes bullshit. If you go back and look at Geronda's post, she wasn't talking herpes until after Tasha K said something about it. So at no point did defendant Tasha K reveal the identity of the person who provided her with the information. Indeed, the identity of the individual who revealed the information to defendant Tasha K remains a mystery until today. Agent Loke's investigation further showed that unknown BOP officer, Officer A, stole plaintiff records from the TrueView system, scanned those records, and then emailed that scan to third parties, including defendant Tasha K. The content of those materials were published on defendant Tasha K's YouTube channel. The defendant unknown BOP Officer A was not the only BOP officer who engaged in unauthorized access of plaintiff's private records. Hold on. I don't know why I didn't think about this. Why they looking at Tasha K? They need to be looking at Tamara Simmons, as well as what's Jay-Z ex-girlfriend name? What is that Billy Goat name? Oh man. Somebody help me. What's Jay-Z's ex-girlfriend name? The one that overseen and surviving Rkelly. What is her name? Jesus Christ. Dream Hampton. So not only, I think Tasha K was the last leg of that dissemination. I think Dream Hampton was first, then Tamara Simmons, and then Tasha K. In that order. Because if you're looking at it correctly, and you got to go from the head on down. So if Dream Hampton got it first, and then Tamara Simmons, I know she got it. And what's up, Luna? I know Tamara Simmons got it. Hey, child. And then Tasha K. So I think all three of them ladies need to be investigated. Indeed, Agent Lokes reported that at least 60 BOP officers had made unauthorized access to plaintiff's confidential TrueView records during a 6-month period. The BOP knows the precise identity of those officers, as do the officers who engage in the unauthorized conduct. I'm good. How are you, Luna? Even after the BOP discover these rampant violations of the CFAA, they allow the behavior to continue. The plaintiff learned that in and around August the 4th, 2022, an unknown BOP officer made an unauthorized access to his TrueView records and obtained information about plaintiff's inmate funds. That unknown BOP officer leaked information about the balance of funds in his trust account to a journalist for the Washington Post, who published an article with the stolen information provided by the defendant unknown BOP officer. Immediately after the journalist divulged the information, the funds in Rkelly's trust account were confiscated by the United States Attorney's Office. Rkelly was forced to hire counsel to litigate whether the U.S. Attorney's Office had the right to confiscate the funds where no restitution judgment had been entered against plaintiff, and he was not in arrears for paying any court-ordered fees or costs. Plaintiff promptly filed a notice of claim on November the 14th. Rkelly promptly filed a notice of claim on November the 14th, 2022, and served his claim to the appropriate federal agency for administrative settlement under the FTCA, requesting $1 million or more. By letter dated June 15, 2023, plaintiff's claim was denied in writing by the North Central Regional Office of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and such denial was sent by certified mail to the plaintiff's counsel. The complaint comes less than 6 months after plaintiff's claim was denied. Causes of action. Y'all go get some water, because we're on the last leg now. Go get some water, go get some snacks. We're on the last leg. Thank you, Luna, sending love from the Bay. I've been waiting for this update. No problem. I'm telling you, I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. I appreciate you, Luna. Hey, like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to, but I'm on the road to 10,000. All right, causes of action. First cause of action, negligence against the defendant, United States of America. Plaintiff repeats and realleges all of the paragraphs in this complaint is if fully set forth herein. The Federal Bureau of Prisons is a United States federal law enforcement agency within the United States Department of Justice that operate, hey Angela, that operate U.S. federal prisons and is responsible for the care, custody, and control of federal prisoners. Hey, love yourself. Defendant, United States of America, owed a duty of care to the plaintiff who was incarcerated in a BOP. Share me out. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, Ashley. Defendant, United States of America, owed a duty of care to the plaintiff who was incarcerated in the BOP. I would love to know is how Tasha K feeling right now. I don't care how she's feeling. I think Tasha K need to go to jail. The defendant stood in such a relationship with plaintiff that, well, the United States of America stood in such a relationship with Rkelly that the law imposed on the defendant an obligation of reasonable conduct for the benefit of Rkelly, including protecting his confidential and sensitive information, including attorney-client communications, and to protect him from exploitation from its employees that could result in harassment and prejudice to his pending criminal cases. Specifically and consistent with its own policies and regulations, defendant, United States, had a duty to ensure that plaintiff's confidential and sensitive information was accessible to only those BOP officials with a legitimate basis to review it. The BOP had a duty to protect the sensitive information from disclosure and theft, and to protect both plaintiffs from exploitation by BOP personnel. As set out in detail above, the defendant, United States, breached that duty when it permitted countless BOP officers, including unknown BOP officer, Officer A, unlimited access to the information, the ability to download it, and the ability to sell and or divulge it, which unknown BOP Officer A did when she provided private information to defendant Tasha K. The breach further caused the publication of confidential information obtained from Rkelly's trust account, which was stolen and shared with other media sources. Even after the BOP became aware that its employees were repeatedly accessing Rkelly's private and sensitive information without legal authority, it took no steps to prevent the misconduct. The breach was the direct and proximate cause of plaintiff's injuries, namely the release and dissemination of his private and confidential information to third parties and the public at large. The public dissemination of private communications, including attorney-client communications, interfered with plaintiff relationships, led to harassment from the public, and caused serious prejudice to plaintiff's defense. The defendant, United States, knew or should have known that by allowing unfettered access to plaintiff's private information, BOP officers would access, steal, and exploit that information for financial gain or for clout. Plaintiff suffered emotional and psychological distress from this breach, where his sensitive information was used to harass him by mainly Team Truth and Oak, interfere with his personal relationships, Tasha K, Team Truth, and oak oath, and was used to interfere with the defense of his pending cases. As Rkelly. Plaintiff also suffered monetary damages, including but not limited to legal fees. Second cause of action, invasion of privacy against unknown defendant BOP officer, also known as Officer A, and other John and Jane Doe BOP officers whose identities have been concealed by the DOJ and BOP and defendant Tasha K. Plaintiff repeats realleges that all of the paragraphs in this complaint is if fully set forth herein. Defendant unknown BOP Officer A and other unknown BOP officers committed repeated unlawful and unauthorized intrusions into plaintiff's confidential and sensitive information as defined by the BOP. The intrusion is highly offensive and objectionable to a reasonable person, although certain privacy rights are forfeited when an individual is arrested and incarcerated. Rkelly, who was not yet convicted, still maintained and recognized privacy interests in his communications, visitor list information, trust account information, and his attorney-client communications per the BOP's express policies. This information set out in detailed fashion above was defined as private and confidential by the BOP itself. The information was not for public consumption. Plaintiff had every right to trust that his messages with third parties, his phone calls with friends, family, and his lawyers will remain under the care and control of the BOP and not published to the media for financial gain or in connection with interfering with his right to obtain a fair trial. As reflected above, the communications were private in nature. They related to personal and family problems, romantic interests, health problems, literacy issues, and issues related to the defense of his pending criminal cases. Clearly, plaintiff conversations with his girlfriend, JS, were personal and private, as were plaintiff's conversations with his attorneys. Simply put, the information was not public information. The intrusion caused plaintiff anguish and suffering. The release of his private communications were broadcast to the public. The communications led to the loss of important and close relationships, conflict and chaos in plaintiff's life, harassment and extreme paranoia. Plaintiff was isolated and fearful to communicate with his attorneys on or other third parties where he knew that his private information and conversations could and did get released to the general public for mass exploitation. This violation even led to plaintiff having to seek psychological care and the MCC for psychological stress caused by this intrusion of privacy. Third cause of action, conversion. Hold on. Against unknown defendant BOP officer, also known as Officer A, and other John and Jane Doe BOP officers whose identities have been concealed by the DOJ and BOP and Tasha K. I'm going to skip 77 because I read that twice. I'm going to 78. Defendant unknown BOP Officer A made repeated unauthorized access to plaintiff's private and sensitive information. She downloaded plaintiff's private information, including email communications, recorded phone calls, visitor lists, and trust account information, and sold the information to Tasha K. Tasha K used the stolen and private information for financial gain by divulging it to millions of people via her YouTube platform. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Get me to 100. The information belonged to the plaintiff, belonged to Rkelly, and was maintained by the BOP on behalf of R. Kelly. But for BOP policies assuring the plaintiff that the information would not be disseminated publicly, plaintiff would never have made certain communications. Defendant BOP officer took unauthorized control of the property and shared it with third parties, causing plaintiffs serious damages as detailed above. Fourth case of action, civil conspiracy. I'm going to skip 81 and I'm going to go to 82. As described more fully in the preceding paragraphs, the individual defendant, BOP officers acting in concert with one another and other co-conspirators, known and unknown, conspired to accomplish an unlawful purpose by unlawful means. Ooh. In addition, these co-conspirators agreed among themselves to protect one another from liability for depriving plaintiff of his rights. In furtherance of the conspiracy, the defendant BOP officer, including Officer A, committed overt acts and were otherwise willing participants in joint activity. The violations of Illinois law described in this complaint, including defendant's invasion of privacy and violations of the federal computer fraud and abuse, were accomplished by defendant's conspiracy. Real as it get, right there. That's a RICO. There you go. That's a RICO. The misconduct described in this court was objectively unreasonable, was undertaken intentionally, and in total disregard of plaintiff's rights. As a direct and proximate result of this misconduct, plaintiffs suffered injuries, including but not limited to emotional distress, as is more fully alleged above. Fifth cause of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I'm going to skip down to 88, where it says the acts and conduct of the individual defendants as set forth above were extreme and outrageous. The defendants intended to cause or were in reckless disregard of the probability that their conduct would cause severe emotional distress to plaintiff. The individual defendants' actions and conduct directly and proximately caused severe emotional distress to plaintiff and thereby constituted an intentional infliction of emotional distress. The misconduct described in this count was undertaken with malice, willfulness, and reckless indifference to plaintiff rights. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's wrongful acts, R. Kelly suffered injuries, including but not limited to emotional distress, and as is more fully alleged above. Sixth cause of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I'm going to skip 92. I'm going to go to 93. At all times relevant to this complaint, the defendants had a duty to refrain from willfully and wanton conduct. Notwithstanding that duty, these defendants acted willfully and wantonly through a course of conduct that showed an utter indifference to or concise disregard of plaintiff rights. 95. As a direct and proximate result of defendants' wrongful acts, R. Kelly suffered injuries, including but not limited to emotional distress, as is more fully alleged above. 7th cause of action, violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. I'm going to skip 96. Ugh, Jesus Christ. 97 states, as detailed above, defendant BOP Officer A intentionally accessed information from an agency of the United States of America, namely the BOP, without authorization and divulged or sold the protected information to third parties. Specifically, defendant Officer A accessed the TrueView records of plaintiff and a BOP prisoner, and without authorization, or she or he exceeded authorized access in order to obtain TrueView records, which consisted inter alia of email communications, recorded phone calls, visitor call logs, trust account information, and attorney-client communications. Stop. Trust account information. So I'm going to ask this question. If the federal government are the only ones to access the trust account information, then how did Dana steal from the dollar for the king? Make this make sense. If the federal government are the only ones that access the trust information, wow. You know, I just got sent something, right? Okay, I'm going to finish this. But if the federal government are the only ones to access the trust account information, how is it that Dana was able to steal from the dollar for the king? That don't make sense, do it? Don't make sense at all. That's why I say, and before you run with information and you run with people that lie and say, oh, the dollar for the king is being investigated. No, it's not. They already did that and found nothing wrong. So it says, an attorney-client communications. The information accessed and retained by defendant Officer A from a BOP computer has been determined by the United States of America to be protected against unauthorized disclosure. Defendant BOP officer sold or transmitted that protected information to a third party who publicly disseminated it. A search warrant application filed by Special Agent Lowe shows that probable cause exists to believe that defendant Officer A committed the offense of 18 U.S.C. 1030 A2 and B. Losses in excess of $5,000 accrued as a result of the CFAA violation committed by defendant BOP Officer A. The misconduct resulted in an internal investigation by the BOP, an investigation by the DOJ OIG, and both the seizure and examination of a BOP computer hard drive. Wherefore, plaintiff Robert Kelly praised this court enter judgment in his favor and against defendants United States of America, unknown BOP Officer A, unknown John and Jane Doe BOP officers, and Latasha Keeby, awarding compensatory damages, cost and attorney fees against all defendants, and punitive damages against each of the individual defendants in their individual capacities. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Now, Jennifer Bonjean, you know you can't talk like this. You know you can't talk like that. Attorney fees against all defendants and punitive damages against each of the individual defendants and their individual capacities, and for such further and additional relief as this court may deem appropriate and just. Jury demand. Plaintiff demands trial by jury. Stop! Stop! Do y'all know what this means? Do y'all know what what them last three words mean? Let's see what's going on. Yeah, where Dana name at? How come I'm not in a lawsuit? I supposed to have been doing all this stuff, right? Sparkle, what's up? So let me ask you this question. What do trial by jury mean? What do trial by jury mean? Now, wait a minute. For this to be said like this, I guess Bonjean is a sovereign citizen too, right? The problem is when you know you're standing in court and you know which jurisdiction you're dealing with and you know what law you're dealing with, you can play in them courts. Now, somebody gonna be crazy and say, oh, that means that's a jury trial. No, it don't. I've been telling y'all it's a difference. A jury trial is just a trial and they pick jurors. A trial by jury is a trial that only have your peers, your age group in that jury. So you can't have nobody 35 on a jury stand. You can't have nobody 20 on a jury stand. You got to have people in the age group of 50 to 60. Now we playing by the book. The book that she's going by is the same book I've been trying to tell y'all about for 5 years. It's a difference. If you think I'm lying, go look it up and watch this. This should have let you know that she was flipping jurisdiction when she said right here, when she said, and punitive damages against each of the individual defendants in their individual capacities. You know what that means? Because you suing the United States of America, who will flip jurisdiction on your ass quick, and they will go and claim 11th Amendment immunity. This means that she's suing the United States, all of the BOP officers, and Latasha Kebe, aka Tasha K, in their public and private capacity. That means you cannot escape. There's no rule or no room for escape. Luna said trials that allow juries to make findings of fact and render a verdict for the trial. Facts. Facts. So yeah, Bonjean knows what she's doing. You can only, and if this is granted, which I know the United States is going to try to fight this. If this is granted, guess what? If this is granted, not only do he get a whole new trial, right? But his trial would be at such a difference that it will freak people out, because it won't be just people sitting up there no more. It'll be a trial by jury, 50 to 60-year-olds. And when they listen to what's going on, they came up in an era that he came up in. So you can't tell him or them that to date an older man is a crime. You can't tell them that we got 9 or 10 videos that R. Kelly's supposed to be on with underage girls. Follow me. But when it's time to present them, you come forth and say, we can't ensure chain of custody. And the judge say, well, don't worry about the videos. We have the person here. Hold on. You can't do that in a federal case. Word of mouth is not the same as evidence that you claim that you had. Because now you done put the court in chaos. So if you don't have the videos and the custody of the videos, you can't use the videos. And her word of mouth against his, it means what? Hearsay. You can't bring hearsay in federal court, but they allowed it. It goes to show that when people go to court, some people look at Webster Dictionary and walk in there and think they know what they're talking about. No. When you fighting against legalese, everything that sounds like good don't mean good. And I'm just trying to say, listen, do any of y'all understand what I'm saying? I just need you to put it in the chat, yes or no. Do any of y'all understand what I'm saying? On any platform. Do any of y'all on any platform understand what I'm saying? Chris Terry, I'm so mad at you right now. Angela Smith, Ann Huff, I'm definitely mad at you right now. Angela Smith, because you don't know. EJ, I'm definitely mad at you. Jim, you know better. Miss Hot Pink, you definitely know better. And Sharice, you ain't been here long enough to know. So I'm about to break it down. If anybody tell y'all or ask y'all anything like that, say no. Because by y'all telling me that y'all understand, I just entered you into a contract, a verbal contract. So no, you don't understand. When somebody, if you know what they saying, always say I overstand. Because when you overstand, but that means that you overstand what they saying. Never, unless you cool with being in a verbal contract, never say you understand. Because technically, you don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to ask you this question. Is it safe? This is the words I'm using. Is it safe to get a lawyer when you're dealing with your life? Now, this is not a contract, but I'm asking you a question. Is it safe to get a lawyer when you're dealing with your life? Yes or no? Now people, see, I shouldn't even never did that. Now people scared to ask, look. But now people scared to answer the question. They're like, I don't know if it's a contract, Dana. I don't know. Is it safe to get a lawyer when you're dealing with your life? No, it's not. And I'm going to tell you why. The first, I'm going to say it again. The first that the lawyer is supposed to protect is the bar. You come third. Why you think they are bar lawyers? Now, if you have a lawyer that's not protected by the bar, go get that person. But that means you got a common law lawyer. But when you have a person that's a bar lawyer that go by the bar code, you in trouble. Because they're going to go have the meetings. And guess what? Whatever is best for the bar, then the court, then their pockets, then you. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to say it again. Whatever is best for the bar, then the courts, then their pockets, then you. That's what they're going to do. Now, ignorance don't have no form. And this is why I'm leading to what I'm leading to. Oh boy, that said he'd slap R. Kelly, he'd kill R. Kelly, he'd do all this, right? Just posted 20 minutes ago. Y'all think Bon Jean all that. Her white ass love when black men come. Running with they checkbook. Ask her why she gave Larry McGee them court text messages. Watch this. I need somebody to screenshot that and send it to me. I'm going to send it to Bon Jean. Because now you about to see another lawsuit. And you about to see a damning one. And see, and this is what I mean when I say people play the white and black game. He have a white baby mama, right? That he lives off of. But when somebody is doing something good for somebody else, and no matter if they white or black, he have a problem with it when it don't involve him. The same thing that they try to play on me. The same thing that they all jump in my son mama and my daughter mama inbox and lie about. I'll sit back and let them lie. And if I know my son mama and my daughter mama correctly, if they get to talk to them, she'll probably listen. Or they'll probably listen. But they know me. So if they know me well, and if they tell the truth, they'll know that I don't play games like that. That's why I say what I say. I can no longer play around in this sector with these type of low-life people. Now in person, I gotta get frustration off my chest. But in real life, on a computer, I can't go back and forth no more. It's too much out here to cover. It's too much content. Willie, what you talking about? Which one? That, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. Somebody had enough intestinal fortitude to say it. This how you know he isn't for Rob, and he played in those people's faces. And the only people that still with him are the people who are not for Rob. Just listen. And then while I'm on this, I'm going to talk about it. Last night on Angie's channel, I'm going to talk about it. I don't have no dislike for Angie. And no matter how she might feel about me, I don't have no dislike. It's not my place to dislike Angie. But the problem that I have with Angie is that she gives people like this open platforms to do what they want to do to other people. And then when people want to respond, Angie don't give the adequate, appropriate time or or attention for them to respond. Angie will cut you off or she won't let you up. That's why I don't even go over there. I seen what was going on. I was tempting to hit the panel. But for what? When there's going to be rules and restrictions for me, but it's not the same rules and restrictions for nobody else. Now, I'm lost because I stick to my guns. I stick to my guns. I said anybody that deal with that dude, I will not be coming over there. Angie told me I will not be privileged to the information or the conversation if it happened. And because I did ask, if that was to go down like that, please let me know. And I had to respect her for her decision. I had to respect that because that was facts. That was her decision. So with that being factual, I seen how it plays out. And when you see how it play out, you don't got to be messy. You don't got to go back and forth. You don't got to do none of that. Only thing you got to do, give it a big thumbs up, and then walk away. Once you walk away, it ain't nothing nobody can say to you. You ain't bothering nobody. You just walked away from bullshit. Simple as that. So if anybody have any beefing or whatever, or if they feel some kind of way about what I said, just like I said on my platform, I can say it to them. But I will say this. The next lie that I hear on anybody's platform about me, your platform will be held accountable for it. And I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to my homie that's no longer able to be on YouTube. He told me how to do it, what to do, and what to say in the letter to YouTube. And like I say, I don't care who platform it is. I have a brand to it. I got a right to protect my brand. I got a name attached to me. And I'm going to protect me. I'm going to protect my offspring, and I'm going to protect the mamas of my offspring. I don't have baby mamas. I don't care if we don't get along or not. I refuse. And this going to go into my conversation that I'm gonna have live tomorrow with ladies and men that want to hit the panel. Because we're going to talk about, and tomorrow, is deadbeat dads equivalent to deadbeat mamas? Oh, we're going to walk down that road and we're going to talk about some real stuff. We're going to talk about the stuff that people scared to talk about. Hold on. That's what we're going to do. Because what's really going on, folks don't really want the truth. But over here, you're going to get the truth. And we're going to be covering nothing but the truth. Hold on, let me see something. It's towards the end, right? Okay, here we go. What is the 109.22? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. 109.22. Okay, Google, stop. It's not meant for you to understand. Here it is. But I said, I know I ain't going crazy. Download anyway. Hold on. I got 2 more things to show y'all because I don't want nobody to think that I'm tripping or I'm going crazy or I'm making up stuff. Nah, ain't none of that going on. None of that going on. Ain't none of that going on. So what I'm going to do is, hold on. Hold on, do this. All right. I'm back. Lord have mercy. All right, I'm back. 109.24. Okay. When you controlling all these devices, boy, you be so hold on. Eddie, is you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie? Here we go. Here we go. So for the people that thought I was joking, right? This is what was said. Y'all think Bonjean all that her white ass love when black men come running with their checkbook. Ask her why she give Larry McGee them court text messages. Now, this right here is considered harassment. And you can't use freedom of speech to harass an officer of the court. On top of that, this can cause a problem in R. Kelly case. If that was true, then R. Kelly lawyers would have to dismiss themselves from the case. Now, if this guy right here was for Robert Sylvester Kelly, why would you put that lie out there? And this is what I mean when I say people give people like this platforms. If folks would stop giving people like this a platform, then it wouldn't be nothing to talk about. He already proved to y'all that he's not for Robert. But I just want to show Angie one thing. When you go this far with me, there is no coming back.
Go get you some KY. Come on. Mm-hmm. What's going on, JoJo? JoJo, what's going on? What's going on, JoJo? JoJo, this hoe don't know how to go make no money? Huh? Huh? You can't put these dry hoes on the track. You can't put these dry hoes on the track. Huh? Damn, where her clients go? What happened to the clients? Huh? What happened to the clients? Huh? Cause somebody tell me.
Hold on. Yeah, Debo.
Mm-hmm.
Debo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listening.
You know what? Get your motherfucking ass from out of here. You stalking ass motherfucking bitch.
And then I get off your live, go on my live, and took all your people. I call into your shit, knowing that's what you gonna do, knowing people want to hear what I got to say. Soon as you do all this shit, clicked on you, went live, took all your views. Facts. But since you want to dish it out, huh? Angie, you want to dish it out? Is that what you're telling me? You want to dish it out, Angie? Let's dish it out, Angie. What's that, Angie? Angie, what's this? What's this, Angie? Angie, what's going on here? What's this, Angie? Angie, what you got going on over there? JoJo! Rolls Royce up, man. Why your girl out here filing bankruptcy and shit, man? JoJo, what's going on, man? JoJo, you mean to tell me she got to file for bankruptcy? What's going on, JoJo? JoJo, what's going on? What's going on, JoJo? JoJo, this hoe don't know how to go make no money? Huh? Huh? You can't put these dry hoes on the track. Can't put these dry hoes on the track. Huh? Damn, where her clients go? What happened to the clients? Huh? What happened to the clients? Huh? Could somebody tell me what happened to the clients? What happened to the clients? Tell me that. What happened to the client? Did they just bounce on you? Did one day they just say, hey, nah, I ain't paying the bills. Let my little brother go to jail. Let my little sister go to jail. Let my son. They didn't want to pay the lawyer, the mouthpiece. We know you an excellent lawyer. You get on here giving excellent hypotheses. Huh? I ain't never filed bankruptcy in my life. I ain't worked in almost a year and I ain't filed bankruptcy. Hey, Angie, get up with me, man, and show me how I can file bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Bolingbrook police, they say they want $5,000 for their lawsuit. How can I file bankruptcy and get up out of that? Can you show me how to file bankruptcy? Huh? Huh? Can you show me how to file bankruptcy? Huh? Can you? I'm just trying to get my shit together, Angie. Show me how to file bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Can you do that?
Wow.
Can you do that for me? Angie, can you do that for me?
Wow.
Huh? Can you do that for me? And I think it's only right. I think it's only right.
That nigga on that nose candy. He on that nose candy. He on that nose.
It's only right.
He on that nose candy. You know? That's wrong, man.
I think it's only right.
Look, but you know what I got to say about that?
You over there filing bankruptcy. Bozo over there with an agreement to pay past due rent. Then you got a cop over there talking about she's not going to answer. If she gets served with an order to come to court, she's not going to answer it.
And the reason why I'm not going to do nothing about that is because these are the type of people that's being protected on these platforms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be the grown man about it. And I'm going to make sure that I do not deal with these type of platforms that protect these type of people that will put your shit out there, your personal shit. And then when asked about it, because JoJo asked about this, and he told them he didn't do it. People was lying. So how do I got to laugh with it actually being done? And Angie protect these type of people. I'm good. I'd rather not listen. Before I be part of a circus, I stand alone. For 5 years, I gave y'all entertainment. No, there's no need to entertain no more because a lot of these people are internet people. But some people got to meet that piper in person. That's all. And when you see that person, I just hope you're ready. Because everybody ain't playing. Like I said, I'm going live at 7:30. I'm going to jam out for my son over on TikTok. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to rock out on TikTok. I'm going to act stupid. Today is my son's 18th birthday. Wow, I'm getting old. 18. Where did them years go? What up, Unc? I see my uncle on TikTok. I know tomorrow he gonna love the conversation. He might jump in this joint. I'm telling you that now. He might jump in it. Because the conversation and tomorrow is a deadbeat dad the equivalent of a deadbeat mom? And every day we're going to have the positive conversation. because I don't know everything. But there's some things going on now that need to be talked about here on channels. Not this old dumb, stupid stuff that's going on. So I stand on business. And I stand on what I stand on. And the only thing I'm going to say is, Christian, your dad loved you through and through. Always have, always will. No matter what crazy decision I made, I stand on business for my son and for my daughters. Let's keep it a buck. They 2 years and 5 days apart. Then I got, oh Lord, I got the triple threat. And it's cool. It's cool. I love November because I get to see them happy. So it is what it is. And like I said, real men don't bash the women that they had offspring by. We learn from it. There's no need to bash. Because how you going to love them one minute and then when it's over, you hate them? Come on, nah. Just don't deal with them. Or just love them from a distance. That's all. You rubbing off on me, You rubbing off on me. But look, DanaJay about to get up out of here, man. I said all I had to say. I'm done. So check it out. Listen what Rob got to say.
You're saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
You are supporting a pedophile.
Nothing good about me. I'm just a child molester. The devil.
Shut him down. Oh!
Come on, guys. As long as my breath is going in and out, you know, I try to, even when I get ready to complain, I think about that and I say, you know what? I ain't gonna even say nothing. I just breathe, baby. I breathe on these niggas, you heard me? 20-some women trapped in my house in the basement in Atlanta. Well, first of all, my house in Atlanta doesn't even have a fucking basement.
This is my story.
The only thing I could do is say what's real and say what's on my heart and give it to y'all like y'all want it. You want the truth.
The ladies are here right now.
You ain't even got an education. You didn't even graduate from high school. You don't even really read, you know, and all of this old shit they told me. And I started believing that shit, man. Just something in me kept calling and shit. My heart was pumping this shit. It was pumping this shit. Hey fans, how y'all doing? It's your boy Kels. I love y'all. Thanks for supporting me for the last 30 years of my career. I'm very appreciative of that, and just you guys have kept me humble, kept me grounded, and kept me putting out this music for you guys. You guys inspired me to do it, so I'm gonna do it until you say don't do it no more. Don't say that though. If I met your daughter and I took your daughter out and she was of age, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Everybody, put your hands to the sky.
You ain't got no money? Shit. Sue Rkelly.
Mute Rkelly.
You are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress.
I know y'all know that shit is ridiculous, but the crazy shit is motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers want to believe this shit.
That shouldn't be happening.
Every level there's another devil. Whoever you are right now looking at me in my eyes, look in my fucking eyes, okay? I don't give a fuck about this fame shit. I'm a real motherfucker. My main goal is to unconfuse the world about Rkelly.
Friendly reminder, I want you to stop worrying about who like your pictures, baby. They see you. They watching.
You got your foot on their neck, baby. Big motion. And guess what? They're going to screenshot this and talk.
Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you. Long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. Message for the youngsters out there. And the old school, not old fools. Look at me.
It ain't gonna work. Whoever may come, but it ain't gonna work. Whoever may fall, but it ain't gonna work. No, no. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't work. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't work. I want you to know God will do what He said He's gonna do. He will stand by His word. He will come through. No weapon formed against you. It may try, but it won't, it can't harm you. It won't work.
Whatever you want, whoa, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Oh, whatever you need, then nothing I won't do. Oh, whatever you want, oh, my heart belongs to you. Oh, I say whatever you need, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Whatever you want, my heart belongs to you. I say whatever you need.